Let me share a little secret, one that sparkles quietly in the corners of life, waiting to be noticed. Turning 70 isn't the closing of a book, it's the unfolding of a new, richer chapter. Many believe happiness fades as the candles on our birthday cakes multiply, but in truth, joy simply changes its costume. It becomes deeper, softer, and more radiant in unexpected ways. I haven't always worn this cheerful smile. My 60s felt like wandering through a fog, energy waning, friendships thinning, and a nagging question echoing in my mind. Has my brightest season already passed? But life, like a garden after winter, has a way of surprising us with fresh blooms. Day by day, I began planting tiny seeds of habit, simple choices that coax joy back into my mornings and peace into my evenings. This isn't a story about chasing youth or painting on a smile. It's about wisdom gathered like seashells along the shore, about real, everyday practices that help us stand strong when the winds of change blow. Whether you're 60, 75, or 85, these 12 daily habits can help you greet each sunrise with hope and tuck yourself into bed with gratitude. Some of these habits are so gentle, you might laugh. Others may catch you off guard, but together they weave a tapestry of contentment and strength. If you're ready to let a little more light into your days, come along with me. Let's discover together the 12 simple habits that make life after 70 not just possible, but beautiful. And so, our journey begins with the very first step that brightens every morning. Habit 1, morning ritual. The happiest women I know over 70 treat each morning like the gentle opening of a beloved book. Never rushed, never harsh, but with intention and quiet gratitude. Instead of reaching for a phone or tumbling headlong into chores, they begin their day with a soft landing, a ritual that anchors them to the present and whispers, "You're here, and this day is a gift." A morning ritual doesn't demand perfection or a 5 a.m. miracle routine. For most, it's a simple act that feels like sunlight warming your face after a long night. Maybe it's opening the blinds and letting the golden light spill across the room. Maybe it's stretching your hands skyward, feeling the gentle pull in your muscles. A reminder that your body, with all its stories, is still strong and worthy of care. Sometimes it's a whispered prayer. "Thank you for another sunrise. Help me carry it well." Other mornings, it's the quiet clink of a teacup, the soft chorus of birdsong filling the silence, or jotting down 3 small intentions in a notebook by the bed. Why does this matter? Because the way we greet the morning sets the rhythm for everything that follows. A calming ritual is like tuning an instrument before a concert, reducing stress, lifting your mood, and restoring a sense of gentle control, especially when life's tempo feels unpredictable. If you wake feeling scattered or heavy, start small. Light a candle and watch its flame dance. Take a slow breath and feel your feet on the floor. Even 3 minutes of simple presence can shift the entire melody of your day. The morning is your canvas. Choose the first brushstrokes with care, and you'll find the colors of joy and peace lingering long after the sun has risen. And as the day unfolds, this quiet foundation becomes a springboard for every other habit, each one building upon the calm, clear note you set at dawn. Habit 2, get fresh air. For women who greet their 70s with a smile, fresh air isn't just a luxury, it's a daily invitation from the world outside, a gentle reminder that life continues to unfold beyond 4 walls. Each morning they step into the day not as spectators, but as participants, letting the breeze brush their cheeks and the sunlight awaken something bright within. You don't need a mountain trail or a sprawling garden. Sometimes it's as simple as opening a window wide and leaning into the morning air, letting the coolness clear the cobwebs from your mind. Other days it's sitting quietly on a porch, warm mug in hand, listening to the birds orchestrate the dawn. Even a slow stroll to the end of the driveway becomes a small act of celebration, a way of saying, "I am still here and the world is still beautiful." Science tells us that these moments matter. Natural sunlight coaxes our bodies to produce serotonin, the very chemical that lifts our spirits and steadies our moods. Fresh air lowers blood pressure, sharpens our thoughts, and offers a gentle boost of energy. No prescription required. And as we age, these gifts become even more precious, nurturing both body and soul. If mobility is a challenge, let the world come to you. Throw open the curtains, breathe deeply, and let the sounds and scents of the outdoors drift in. Even a few minutes spent with the breeze on your skin can shift the atmosphere inside your heart. This simple habit is more than just a health tip. It's a daily act of belonging, a way to remind yourself that you are a part of the living, breathing world. And as the sun climbs higher, you'll find that this small ritual of stepping outside, literally or figuratively, opens the door to curiosity, inviting you to keep learning, exploring, and embracing each new day. Habit 3, stay curious. The happiest women over 70 never let their sense of wonder gather dust. For them, curiosity is the lantern that brightens each hallway of life, casting light into corners still unexplored. They don't let age close the door on questions. Instead, they fling it wide open, eager to see what's waiting on the other side. Curiosity isn't just for the young. In fact, it's a secret ingredient for staying vibrant and mentally sharp as the years go by. Science shows that when we keep learning, whether it's a new recipe, a different language, or the latest gadget our grandkids love, our brains fire up like a well-tuned engine, building new connections and keeping memory strong. It's not about going back to school or memorizing poetry, unless you want to. It's about saying yes to questions, yes to new experiences, and yes to the joy of discovery. Maybe today, curiosity looks like picking up a book from a genre you've never tried, or asking your neighbor about her favorite childhood game. Tomorrow, it might be learning how to grow lavender, joining an online art class, or simply asking your granddaughter to show you how to use a new app. Each small act of learning is like adding a fresh brushstroke to the canvas of your life. Curiosity also weaves us closer to others. Asking questions, sharing stories, or joining a book club opens doors to connection and laughter, both of which are as vital to our spirits as air and sunlight are to our bodies. When you stay curious, you stay connected to the world, to others, and to your own sense of possibility. So what's one thing you're curious about today? Let your mind wander, let your heart follow, and watch as the world expands around you. After all, curiosity isn't just a habit. It's the key that keeps life feeling fresh, no matter how many candles are on your cake. And as you nurture your mind with new ideas, you'll find yourself standing a little taller, ready to greet the next adventure with open arms. Habit 4, dress with intention. For women who have gathered decades of wisdom, getting dressed each day becomes more than a routine. It's a quiet act of self-respect, a way to honor both the body and the spirit. The happiest women over 70 don't dress to impress the world. They dress to celebrate their own presence, even if the only audience is the morning sun streaming through the window. Clothing for them is like a gentle suit of armor, soft fabrics that comfort, colors that lift the mood, a favorite pair of earrings that spark a smile. Each choice is a brushstroke in the portrait of the day. On Sundays, perhaps it's a string of pearls, worn not for others, but as a reminder that this day and this life are precious. On quieter days, it might be a bright scarf or a floral blouse, chosen to invite cheerfulness into the heart. Psychologists call this enclothed cognition, the idea that what we wear can shape how we feel, how we move, and even how we think. When you slip on something that feels just right, you stand a little taller, carry yourself with more grace, and send a gentle message to yourself. I am worth showing up for. This habit isn't about fashion or following trends. It's about intention. Ask yourself in the morning, how do I want to feel today? Then choose something that reflects that feeling, soft and cozy, light and fresh, bold and joyful. Even on days when energy is low or plans are simple, let your clothing be a small celebration, a signal to your mind and heart that you matter. And as you move through your day, whether it's a walk in the garden, a call with a friend, or a quiet afternoon with a book, notice how this simple act of dressing with intention colors your mood and your outlook. It's a gentle reminder that joy often begins with the smallest choices, and that every day is worthy of a little ceremony. With each mindful choice, you'll find yourself not only honoring your own presence, but also setting the stage for how you speak, move, and connect with the world around you. And so, The ripple of intention continues, shaping the day with quiet confidence and grace. Habit 5. Limit complaining. The happiest women over 70 have learned a quiet art. They refuse to let complaints become the soundtrack of their days. Life, especially as we age, can sometimes feel like a weathered porch, creaking with aches, echoing with old losses, and occasionally battered by storms we can't control. Yet these women choose not to amplify the thunder. Instead, they tune their hearts to the softer music of gratitude and acceptance. Complaining, after all, is like watering weeds. The more we dwell on what's wrong, the more those small irritations grow, crowding out the blossoms of joy. It's easy to slip into the habit, starting every conversation with a list of aches or grievances, letting negativity become a well-worn path in the mind. But the happiest among us have discovered a different way. When the urge to complain rises, they pause, breathe, and gently redirect their focus. Sometimes this means catching themselves mid-sentence and choosing to share a memory, a small delight, or even a joke instead. Other times it's as simple as asking, will this complaint help me heal or just keep me stuck? Like gardeners tending their favorite flowers, they pull up the weeds of negativity before they take root, making space for beauty to grow. This doesn't mean pretending that life is perfect or ignoring real hardships. It means refusing to give our energy to complaints that change nothing, and instead, nurturing what is still good. Studies and experts agree, replacing the habit of complaining with gratitude or positive action not only lifts our own spirits, but also makes us more pleasant company for those we love. If you find yourself slipping into old patterns, try this. Pause and name one thing, however small, that brought you a moment of peace or pleasure today. Was it the way the sunlight danced across your kitchen table? The sound of a friend's laughter? The comfort of a favorite song? Let these small joys become the melody of your day, softening the edges of hardship and inviting others to join in your song. And as you quiet the noise of complaint, you'll find your heart more open to the simple pleasures around you, ready for the next habit, which celebrates the gift of movement and the body that still carries you forward. Habit 6. Move their body. The happiest women over 70 treat movement not as a chore, but as a daily act of gratitude, a gentle celebration of the body that has carried them through decades of laughter, loss, and love. They know that motion is medicine, a way to keep the heart humming, the joints supple, and the spirit light. You don't need to chase after marathons or keep pace with 20-year-olds at the gym. Instead, think of movement as a kind of daily blessing. A slow walk around the block, arms swaying in rhythm with the breeze, a few minutes stretching by the window, feeling the sunlight warm your shoulders, or even dancing in your kitchen to a favorite song, letting the music loosen every stiff corner of your body. Each small act is like oiling the hinges of a beloved old door, restoring ease, preventing rust, and inviting new possibilities to enter. Science is clear. Regular physical activity, even in gentle forms, helps maintain independence, sharpens the mind, strengthens bones, and lifts the mood. It's never too late to begin. Studies show that women who start moving more in their 70s can still reverse some of the losses of aging, gaining strength, balance, and confidence with each step. Listen to your body's wisdom. Some days a walk to the mailbox is enough. On others, you might circle your arms, lift your legs while seated, or practice standing on one foot to improve balance. If you love the water, try swimming. If you crave company, join a gentle yoga or dance class. The key is consistency and kindness. Moving what you can, how you can, as often as you can. If you ever feel discouraged by stiffness or fatigue, remember, every movement is a thank you to the body that has been your lifelong companion. Praise your legs for their steadfastness, your arms for their embrace, your heart for its steady beat. Even 10 minutes of gentle movement is a gift to your future self, a promise that you will keep showing up for the life that still awaits. And as you move, notice how your energy shifts, how your mind brightens, how your heart feels just a little bit lighter. This renewed vitality becomes the bridge to deeper connection with others and with yourself as you continue building a life of joy, one step at a time. Habit 7. Connect with others. For women who have weathered many seasons, connection is the golden thread that stitches meaning and joy into each day. The happiest women over 70 know that even the strongest hearts can grow lonely in quiet rooms. And so they reach out, sometimes with a phone call, sometimes with a wave, sometimes with a simple good morning to the mail carrier. Each gesture, no matter how small, is a pebble cast into the pond of life, sending ripples of warmth far beyond what the eye can see. Social interaction is not just a pleasant pastime, it's a lifeline. Studies show that older adults who nurture relationships, whether with family, friends, neighbors, or even new acquaintances, report greater happiness, resilience, and well-being. In-person visits, shared laughter, and heartfelt conversations act as medicine for the soul, easing the weight of solitude and brightening even the grayest days. And for those whose families are far, or whose homes are quiet, community groups, book clubs, or a simple chat with a neighbor can be just as nourishing. Quality matters more than quantity. A single genuine conversation can fill the heart more than a dozen polite exchanges. The happiest women make it a daily habit to connect, sending a voice note to an old friend, joining a walking group, or sharing a story at the local library. These moments of togetherness are not just about avoiding loneliness. They are about belonging, about weaving oneself into the fabric of community and memory. If reaching out feels daunting, start small. Smile at someone in the grocery store. Write a postcard to a grandchild. Join a virtual gathering or invite a neighbor for tea. Each act of connection is a bridge, one that carries you out of isolation and into the shared warmth of human company. As you nurture these bonds, you'll find your days growing brighter, your laughter more frequent, your burdens lighter. The heart, after all, is a garden that flourishes best when tended with friendship and love. And from this rich soil of connection, the next habit grows, the art of nourishing yourself with intention and care. Habit 8. Eat intentionally. For the happiest women over 70, every meal is more than just fuel. It's a quiet ritual, a chance to nourish both body and spirit with care and gratitude. They approach eating as an act of mindfulness, savoring each bite, honoring the body that has carried them through so many seasons. Intentional eating is not about strict diets or denying yourself the pleasure of food. Instead, it's about tuning in to what your body truly needs and choosing foods that bring energy, clarity, and joy. Imagine sitting at the table, the aroma of fresh vegetables and warm bread filling the air, sunlight glinting off a glass of water. Each meal becomes a small celebration, a way to thank your body for its steadfastness and resilience. These women slow down, putting aside distractions to truly taste their food. They notice the crunch of a crisp apple, the warmth of a nourishing soup, the comfort of a favorite family recipe. They listen to their bodies, recognizing when they are hungry and when they are satisfied, trusting the quiet wisdom within. Science supports this gentle approach. Mindful eating can improve digestion, reduce overeating, and increase satisfaction with every meal. Choosing colorful vegetables, lean proteins, healthy fats, and whole grains helps support bone health, brain function, and lasting energy. But just as important as what you eat is how you eat, present, grateful, and unhurried. If you find yourself rushing through meals or eating out of habit, try this. Before your next meal, pause and take a slow, deep breath. Notice the colors and textures on your plate. Savor the first bite, letting the flavors linger. Even a few mindful moments can transform eating from a routine into a source of pleasure and well-being. By treating each meal as a gift, you nurture not just your body, but your spirit. The energy and clarity you gain will ripple into every part of your day, fueling your laughter, your movement, and your connections with others. And as you rise from the table, you'll carry with you a sense of gratitude for the food before you, for the body you inhabit, and for the life that continues to unfold, one mindful meal at a time. Habit 9. Nourish their spirit. For the happiest women over 70, caring for the spirit is as essential as caring for the body. In these golden years, spiritual nourishment becomes a quiet anchor, a lantern glowing softly through life's changing seasons. It's not about grand rituals or rigid routines, but about finding simple, daily ways to feel connected, purposeful, and at peace. Spirituality, for many elders, deepens as the pace of life slows. Freed from the rush of earlier decades, they discover time for reflection and meaning, time to savor the sunrise, to listen to the hush of evening, to notice the sacred woven into the ordinary. Some find comfort in prayer, others in meditation, journaling, or mindful walks beneath the open sky. A few keep a small bowl of pebbles or a gratitude journal by their bedside, a tangible reminder to cherish each day as a unique gift. This nourishment of spirit is not bound by religious tradition, but by the search for connection to oneself, to others, to nature, or to something greater. It might be reading uplifting words, listening to music that stirs the soul, or simply sitting in stillness, breathing deeply, and letting go of yesterday's worries. For some, it's sharing stories with loved ones, or offering kindness to a neighbor, knowing that every act of love is a thread in the tapestry of meaning. Science and wisdom agree. Tending to the spirit brings comfort, resilience, and hope, especially in later years. Spiritual practices, however simple, help ease anxiety, foster gratitude, and create a sense of belonging and purpose. They allow us to let go of what we cannot change and to find beauty in the present moment. If you're unsure where to begin, start small. Light a candle and whisper a prayer. Write down 3 things you're grateful for each morning. Take a mindful walk and notice the wonder in the world around you. Or simply sit quietly, hands resting in your lap, and breathe. Each breath a gentle reminder that you are here and that your spirit is worthy of care. As you nourish your spirit, you'll find a wellspring of peace and joy that carries you through each day. This inner light not only brightens your own path, but also shines outward, inspiring those around you. And from this deep well of spiritual strength, you're ready to embrace the next habit, one rooted in the healing power of letting go. Habit 10, practice forgiveness. For the happiest women over 70, forgiveness is not a single act, but a gentle, ongoing practice. A way of setting down the heavy stones of resentment and clearing a path for peace to blossom. Life, after all, is a patchwork of joys and wounds, and as the years pass, our hearts can become crowded with old hurts and disappointments. But these women have discovered the quiet power of letting go, not to excuse the past, but to free themselves for the days still to come. Forgiveness, in this season of life, is like opening a window in a stuffy room, letting in fresh air and light. Research shows that older adults who practice forgiveness experience lower levels of stress, anxiety, and depression, and enjoy greater satisfaction and resilience. For many, forgiving others, especially those who may never apologize, becomes a gift to themselves, a way to reclaim joy and restore emotional well-being. It's not about erasing the pain or pretending the hurt never happened. It's about choosing not to let anger or bitterness take root in the garden of your heart. Sometimes forgiveness is a whispered mantra in the morning. I forgive you. I forgive myself. Other times, it's a letter written but never sent, or a prayer for someone who once caused pain. These small acts, repeated day by day, soften the edges of old wounds and make room for healing. Studies have shown that even brief forgiveness interventions can ease the pain of past transgressions, reduce negative emotions, and increase overall happiness in older adults. It's important to remember that forgiveness is a journey, not a destination. Some days the burden feels lighter. On others, old memories may resurface. But with each step, you reclaim a little more freedom and peace. And for women especially, the act of forgiving others has been linked to brighter moods and lower risk of depression, even when forgiveness is not returned in kind. If you're unsure where to begin, start small. Reflect on someone or something you're ready to release, even just a little. Write their name on a slip of paper and place it in a special box, or speak a few kind words in your heart. Remember, forgiveness is not a favor to the past. It's a blessing for your future. As you lighten your heart with forgiveness, you make space for new joys to enter. Laughter, gratitude, and the simple pleasures that make each day worth living. And so the journey continues, with each step bringing you closer to a life of peace and fulfillment. Habit 11. Laugh on purpose. For the happiest women over 70, laughter isn't just a pleasant surprise, it's a daily prescription, a sparkling tonic for body and soul. They know that joy doesn't always arrive on its own. Sometimes you have to invite it in, set a place at your table, and let it fill the room with light. Laughter is more than a momentary lift. It's a gentle medicine, proven to soothe anxiety, ease depression, and melt away the weight of stress, sometimes even faster than a cup of tea or a favorite song. When you laugh, your body releases endorphins and dopamine, those feel-good chemicals that brighten your mood and help you see the world through kinder eyes. Even a single hearty laugh can lower cortisol, the stress hormone, leaving you more relaxed for up to 45 minutes afterward. But the magic of laughter doesn't stop there. It boosts your immune system, helping your body fight off illness and heal more quickly. It keeps your heart and lungs healthy, improves circulation, and even helps manage pain. Sharing a laugh with others forges bonds of connection, easing loneliness and reminding us that we're never truly alone. In fact, laughter therapy has been shown to improve memory, sharpen the mind, and enhance overall quality of life for older adults. The happiest women don't wait for laughter to find them. They seek it out. They watch comedies, read funny stories, reminisce about the silliest moments of their youth, or call up a friend just to share a joke. Sometimes they laugh at themselves, letting go of perfection and embracing the playful spirit that still lives within. Even a few minutes of laughter each day is enough to shift the entire atmosphere of a home, turning ordinary moments into celebrations. If laughter feels distant, start small. Watch a favorite comedy from years past. Read a humorous book or listen to a lighthearted podcast. Spend time with someone who makes you smile, or simply let yourself be silly. Make faces in the mirror, dance around the living room, or play with a grandchild or pet. Remember, laughter is universal. It needs no translation, no preparation, only a willing heart. As you welcome laughter into your days, you'll find that burdens grow lighter, relationships grow warmer, and your own spirit feels brighter and more resilient. And with every chuckle and giggle, you're not just adding years to your life, you're adding life to your years. This joy, in turn, prepares your heart for the final and most gentle habit, ending each day with gratitude. Habit 12. End the day with gratitude. For the happiest women over 70, each night closes not with a sigh of regret, but with a quiet moment of thanksgiving. Gratitude to them is the gentle lullaby that soothes the mind and softens the heart, transforming even the simplest day into a tapestry of blessings. As evening falls and the world grows still, these women pause to reflect, not on what was missing or went wrong, but on the small treasures that colored their day. Perhaps it's the warmth of a favorite blanket, the laughter shared with a friend, the golden light slanting through the window, or the taste of a perfectly ripe peach. No joy is too small to notice, no kindness too fleeting to honor. This nightly ritual is more than a habit. It's a way of rewiring the heart to seek out goodness, even in seasons of struggle. Science tells us that practicing gratitude before sleep can ease anxiety, improve rest, and foster a deep sense of contentment. By focusing on what is good, we teach our minds to notice beauty and our spirits to rest in peace. Some women keep a gratitude journal by their bedside, jotting down 3 things that brought them joy. Others simply close their eyes and whisper a silent thank you, letting gratitude settle over them like a soft quilt. However you choose to practice, let it be gentle and true, a gift you give yourself at the close of each day. As you rest in gratitude, you'll find that worries loosen their grip and your dreams grow lighter. Each morning, you'll wake with a heart more open to wonder, more resilient to challenge, and more attuned to the quiet joys that await. Gratitude, after all, is the thread that ties together every habit, every day, and every year, reminding us that happiness is not found in perfection, but in the simple act of cherishing what is already ours. So here we are, dear friends, standing at the close of another shared journey, a tapestry woven from 12 simple, powerful habits that bring light and meaning to life after 70. If there's one truth I've gathered, it's this: happiness isn't a distant destination or a prize reserved for the young. It's a daily practice, a gentle choice, a series of small steps taken with intention and love. You don't need to change everything at once. Maybe tomorrow, you'll greet the morning with a quiet ritual, or pause in the evening to count your blessings. Perhaps you'll reach out to an old friend, savor a nourishing meal, or let yourself laugh a little louder than usual. Each habit is a thread, delicate on its own, but together they create a fabric strong enough to carry you through any season. Remember, it's never too late to begin. Every sunrise brings a new chance to choose joy, to move with gratitude, to connect, to forgive, and to celebrate the beauty of simply being alive. Your story is still unfolding, and every page is worth savoring. If this video touched your heart, I invite you to like, share, and subscribe, so that more women can discover the quiet power of these daily habits. And I'd love to hear from you. Which habit will you try first, or which one already brings you joy? Share your story in the comments below, and let's inspire one another on this wonderful journey. Thank you for spending this time with me. Here's to your happiness, your health, and the endless possibility that each new day brings.